This is your Daily Mix. The following segment is sponsored by
And welcome everybody, I'm Bill Frankmore. Welcome to another edition of the Daily Mix. Today, another exciting project to tell you all about, LibertyDogs. That's the name of it. It's a program coming to South Reno, the Damani Ranch area, and joining me now is Jim Dugdale. He's with the foundation that helped make this all possible. Jim, thanks so much for talking to us about LibertyDogs. What is LibertyDogs?
LibertyDogs, when it opens in 2025, maybe earlier, we'll see, will be the premier service dog facility and training center for veterans across the country, actually. The whole goal is to help assist the heroes of our country through the use of service dogs, both emotionally and physically.
And this is kind of a big operation. You were telling me how many people are going to be here, how many veterans this is going to help.
Sure.
Tell me a little bit more about the vision, how this all came about.
Well, the vision is really, it comes from Dave and Cheryl Duffield. They've always been huge supporters and proponents of veterans, animal welfare, and their local communities. And this has been in the works for quite some time and is finally coming into fruition. They get to see it happen in Reno, which really brings them joy.
And they will be funding the program, is that correct?
They will, Dave and Cheryl Duffield and the Dave and Cheryl Duffield Foundation will be funding the project, and it will be developed over the next 2-year period.
Okay, and this is quite an operation. This isn't a small dog park or anything like that. Several acres, correct?
Yes, it's a 27-acre development. It'll have several different buildings on it, all the way from animal buildings to veteran buildings to an administration to training to kennels, trails. It's a fully developed campus, you can call it that. And the training for the veterans will be a 3-week period. We'll have veterans coming in every month. It'll be an intensive training for 3 weeks. It's a sort of a family-style, peer-to-peer type of training. They'll be matched with a service dog, and they'll go through training together, and at the end of the 3-week period, they'll be able to go back home with their dog. And we should note that the veterans travel to here, all of their training, their service dog, and their travel back home is free. The foundation and Dave and Cheryl Duffield are going to cover all those costs. When we're up to speed, that'll be about 20 veterans a month. But there's obviously an accretion. You get up to that speed. So multiply that by 12 and that's your annual basis. In addition to that, we're focusing initially on local veterans, Nevada veterans, to really show our support for Nevada and the veterans here. And there'll also be a sort of what we'll call a day program where veterans can come in once a week who already have assistance dogs, and we can give them additional training so that they can come here and do it.
And Jim, looking at the project, listening about it, obviously you guys are going to be doing some hiring.
There will be a lot of hiring. I believe we'll have probably in between 150 and 175 employees once we're, again, up to full speed. There'll be tons of opportunities for volunteers, all the way from working with dogs to people to programs to everything. So there's going to be a lot of activity here and hopefully a lot of involvement by Reno citizens.
And how can veterans apply to get involved in this program?
There will be an application process. We haven't formally set that up yet, so I can't really go into the details of that, but we will be setting up a formal process soon. And if you wanted to find out information about LibertyDogs, you can go right now to www.libertydogs.org. And also we have set up a Facebook, Snapchat, and a Twitter at, I think, LibertyDogs USA.
Jim Dugdale, thank you so much for that.
Thank you so much.
LibertyDogs coming here to South Reno, a wonderful concept that'll help out a lot of people. Okay. And that's going to do it for this edition of the Daily Mix. We'll see you with a new topic next time around.
This segment was sponsored by